We're outside the Crescent here on the promenade. With me is Stephen Pitts. Obviously, we know he's a councillor, but this has nothing to do with that.
No, I'm a director of H-Dog Limited, the company which runs the Crescent.
Well, we've got this lady on the site, which is to a lot of people, they can't quite understand what's going on here because she's doing a class, she wants to do it here for her family and friends, and it's obviously not exotic or erotic or whatever word you want to use like that, but she's been told she needs a licence. Now, it's you that has to get the licence, right?
Yeah, we have it seems some people define pole dancing as exotic dancing. We are in the opinion it's not exotic dancing, but if we were to go ahead under what advice we've taken from the alcohol unit, that it could be classed as exotic dancing, which we need an exotic dancing licence for. And if we went ahead, we could be in breach of our current licence, and which could be suspended, or we could be fined, or we could cancel. Our licence could be cancelled altogether. So it does seem rather a pity that the lady who runs these classes at the end of the year for her students, she wants to put a show on for parents and friends, private, not open to the public, and they have a buffet and disco afterwards. But it appears we'd going to have to cancel this now.
Oh, that's where you think you're up to because you can't get a licence for it?
We could get a licence, maybe, we'd have to go to licensing court, and that could take, it's usually the second Thursday of the month, so when we have to advertise in the newspapers, so it would take quite a while to get this in place. Not something you can just apply for tomorrow and get it in a week's time.
I suppose a bit of history of that. We touched on it last night on the interview, that you've had the male strippers on recently. You had to have a licence for that?
No, we had the Dream Boys on, that was about 2 weeks ago, and I believe somebody mentioned it to the alcohol unit, who then asked us what we were doing. We do supply a function list to the police a month in advance of all our functions, what we have on here. They allowed that one to go ahead that time, but said we should maybe have to have an exotic dance licence. But that was a show as well of male dancers and different costumes.
Okay. And back to the poles, I know at least one other place I can think of in Douglas that has poles in it. So what's the difference? They've always got that exotic licence to open, even though I think it's just members of the public who are in there might whiz around them, sort of thing.
I believe the other licensed premises in Douglas that has pole dancing, it's meant to be when it's closed to the public, not when it's open to the public. And obviously, I don't know what they do with their poles, but our event here, it would be closed to the public. It's a private function for the school who teach pole dancing. So,
by going public, you are potentially going to have the wrath of the licensing committee on you, because that's the last thing they want, is this sort of thing being laundry being washed in public like this.
Yes, I suppose, but the lady concerned is extremely angry and upset, and I suppose she has all the reasons to be, because she's just seen it as the end of year after she's taught her students all year, wants family and friends to come and see what they've all achieved, and then have a bit of a disco and a buffet to reward them for what they've achieved.
So if you went ahead, you could be in breach of your licence?
Yeah, we probably could be on breach of our licence, and we're trying to take legal advice to find out. And really, we don't want to upset the licensing courts, and we don't want to go to court and be suspended, because we have lots of functions booked in the premises.
Well, I mean, we'll wait to see if we get response from the courts or whatever to see where this goes. But it does sound like there's a bit of confusion over this one. Do you think it is really got out of control, this?
I think so, because what constitutes exotic dancing? What would happen in TT fortnight, when this seems that this sort of thing would happen quite regularly in lots of different licensed premises now? They'll all have to apply for exotic dance licences, I would think. So we'll have to see. TT week will be interesting.
Do you think being picked on?
No, not at all.
So it would happen anyway then?
No, not at all. I just think that some people are being maybe overcautious.